Good morning. I mean, or good afternoon or good evening. Avastu is here, I see. Okay, let's see. Leanne is logging trick or treat books while you wait for me. Avastu, hello. Sue woke up at the ungodly hour of 5 a.m. I have a billion things to do today, so I'll be in and out. Well, hello. I'm glad you said hi. Mostly knitting a sweater and watching over your cat. Good morning, Sue. Happy Halloween. Morning, Culinary and Leanne. We discovered he's got epilepsy, so I need to try to film an event and also see how often he has them so we know his options for treatment. My mother's dog has epilepsy. I have my hair down because I need to braid it into my pigtails really quickly this morning because tonight my Halloween costume, I have to wear a hat on my head, so I want my hair braided and out of the way. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Sometimes it's just epilepsy and not a huge worry, but sometimes it's caused by something more serious. Well, I hope it's just the epilepsy because their dog is fine. He does have seizures occasionally. She does, so. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Tara. Happy Friday. I have one book left on your October TBR. It's 399 pages, hoping you can get it done. Good morning, Allie. My dog is behind me. I'm burning up, if y'all cannot tell. I am sweaty and my face is red. I am very hot. Because I just got back from my walk. Good morning, Michael. We'll be working, but hoping to finish Dungeon Crawler Carl. I hope we'll get to see the full costume soon. I will probably post a picture tonight in the Discord. And then they will definitely be in next week's vlog that I'm filming tonight. But everybody who guessed has been correct. It is Hungry Hungry Hippos. So, Tara, I'm sorry. That's all I can say to you is I'm sorry. I actually started having hot flashes in my 20s because the fertility meds that they put me on to try to get pregnant causes hot flashes. And the first one I had, I was 24 years old, sitting in a restaurant, and I thought, I didn't know what was happening to me. I was like, Ron, it's really hot. Are you hot? And he's like, no, it's not hot. Like, I felt like, he said, your face is so red. I was like, I feel like I'm about to spontaneously combust. Yeah. So I got to have those for a while I was on those meds trying to get pregnant. So, we're going to jump into one so I can get my stuff together. I know what it is that I want, and then I will, your best friend just laughed. I know what I want to do, but I kind of need to organize the order. The first thing I'm going to do is edit my main client's vlog. So I'm going to get started on that. Not vlog. She has a goals video that I have to do first. So I'm going to start on that first, then kind of work my way down the rest of the day. I'm sadly not going to be reading. I've given up anyway on finishing all my books. And as soon as I gave up on them, I almost got them all done. So I have 1 hour left, my reading speed, of Resonant Surge. It's a Nalini Singh book. And it's so stinking good. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Tara, ice packs absolutely help. I should have given you actual advice instead of just telling you about my own. But, yeah, then you get hot. The ice packs do help. Mine always starts in my ear, which I have repeatedly told y'all that I have an ear flash. I can go get my sweet child. Wesley will say, do you want me to go get you an ice pack? So, yeah, it helps. Okay. I mean, when you're out in public, all I can tell you is to wear layers because even in the winter, you're going to want to get down to a t-shirt if at all possible at some points out in public. Okay. We're going to start. We're just going to do our regular 25-minute first round and we will, I'll check in with y'all later. So I'm going to finish Resonant Surge, but my other book let me get out of the way. The last book I have left for the month, I think, is my last the Yeeted book. That Time I Got Drunk book. I'm pretty sure is the last thing I have, and I'm just not finishing it. Where's my projects, please? Right here. Because no, I did have Defiant as well. So these are the two that I'm not going to get to. And I'm just not even going to kill myself trying to read that today. I have way too much work to do. And instead of pushing it till tomorrow, which is what I would like to do, I can't because I have a really busy day tomorrow as well. So this one I'm going to finish today, and these two I am not. But out of the 14,225 pages that I wanted to read this month, hold on, it's right down here in the corner, I got to 581 pages left of the 14,255. And so whatever 581 minus 384 is, that's what's going to be my final count. Here's Django without any clothes on, and it's probably going to change because he is literally shaking. And instead of going and laying in the bed with Wesley, where it is nice and comfy and warm, he insists on being in here with me, and I am hot, and I have the fan blowing directly on me, so he's just sitting here shaking. Please, I don't know how to convince this dog to go lay in the bed with Wesley, but you'll be much warmer in there if you go get in the bed. He said no. So, okay. I'm probably also going to braid. Oh, wait. No, he's going to get down. I'm probably also going to braid my hair during the sprint, but let's do that. I will see y'all. Maybe I'll go put him in the bed with Wesley because apparently he's just going to whine. I'll see y'all in 25 minutes.
these up for you.
I know I said I wasn't going to be reading, but I have to wait for my stupid editing software to get the files ready before I can edit after I load everything up. So I usually load it up the night before or earlier in the day so that when I'm ready to edit, it's ready to go. But I did not do that today. So I had to wait. So that sprint was me reading. And also, I don't know how long that sprint actually was because I started it at 25 minutes and then apparently I bumped something on, like I clicked something on there and it reset itself to 25 minutes. And I was like, let's say maybe we were around 18 minutes when I did that. So you finished Spookily Yours this morning and liked it a lot. So another series you'll continue. Nice. I finished, I finished the second Abby Jimenez book that was not on my list, but I read it because it came off hold on the library. And because I was on hold for like 6 or 7 weeks, I knew I needed to read it and get it done. So, that's what I did. Watch It is there. Hi, Angel. But also what? The second one in the Friend Zone series, the Happy Ever After playlist is what it's called. The pink book. Over here, this pink one. It made me really angry, the third act breakup. But it is my least favorite third act breakup trope that people do. Like, I hate it so much. But I did love Abby's note at the end of that book where she talked about somebody from her real life that had, oh, Angel, it is 10 here, 10 a.m., 10:15 a.m. That's what you were trying to say. I was like, what? So I put the third book called Life is Short or something on my, wait list, on my holds, whatever, for Libby. I was reading what you said and then I couldn't think of my words. And so it actually, oh, Ron is texting me and I missed it. So, but I put it on hold because it says like 6 or 7 weeks as well over there. Angel, what time is it for you if you're sleepy? Are you Pacific? Oh, Ron is headed to get the groceries. Oh, you're in the middle of yours truly. I liked yours truly. But I'm sorry, my new obsession, hands down, are these Amy Award books. Let me go down here out of the way. This, The Rooster Down the Block, I read earlier in the month. Oh, it's 8. Okay. And then The Wiener Across the Way, I just read earlier this week. They are such cheesy, fluffy romances, and I laugh constantly. Also, just perfect characters. Like, we're not here examining character flaws in these books. The Kingsman, that is the name of the family. There are 6 or 7 boys and 1 girl, and they're all football players. Dad was a professional football player. All the boys are football players. And I will tell you that at least Amy Award seems to know about football. I read these 2 books right here, Head in the Game and Heart in the Game. They're both about college football. Y'all, absolutely not. I don't think this author has even watched a single football game. Those of you who know 0 things about football, okay, like you would say, I know nothing about football. Do you know which player on the field says hut? Like, to get the ball, when they are yelling things out on the field, and then they say hut, hut, and they get the ball. Do you know who is the person who says that? Because you got to know nothing about football to tell me this, because the person who wrote this book thinks that it is the center who has the ball who is yelling those things. Like, what? Number one, they can't see the defense. And the part of what they're yelling is to tell people on the field what they're seeing before they say hut. Okay, Avastou. Okay, Avastou. It is the quarterback. Yes, it's definitely not the center who is bent over with his head down about to hand the ball to somebody. So yes, it is the quarterback. Even if you didn't know his name, you know it's the person standing up behind the center looking around like this, yelling things. And so she has the center doing that. Also, she says in the first book that the tight end is bigger than the center. And I was like, in no universe is a lineman in a football game smaller than anybody else on the field. Period. So I was like, this woman, why would you at least look up general things about the game before you do it? Because I couldn't get over it. It just made me mad. I was like, this is real annoying to me right now. So anyway, those two books, not good sports books. These books, The Wiener, The Kingman, they're called The Cocky Kingsmans is the name of the series. Those books, good. Football themed, knows what she's talking about with her football. She doesn't talk about it much, but when she does, I had no issues with what she said. The other one, Head and Heart in the Game, absolutely not. And I only read those because I had already bought them. Okay, right. That's what I was going to say. So even people now know the Kelce brothers just because of Taylor Swift, even if you don't know about football. Jason Kelce is a lineman, and we see what he looks like. Travis Kelce is a tight end. That means he's running on the plays and potentially catching the ball. He's making blocks, but he is much more mobile and, right? You can't, a lineman is big and strong, and I just stand here and don't let anybody get to the quarterback. Like, that's their job, is to be giant. So, in Head in the Game? Oh, that name is still hilarious to me. How to Flaunt Your Chains and Surrender Your Veins. That's so funny. Yeah. I'm like, pick a sport and learn about that sport and then write about that sport. You don't have to. Yes, that's exactly right, Avastu. The lineman is a tank and the other brother tight end is a scout or a ranger. That's so true. Yes, that's exactly the way to look at it. You're right. I should do like a D&D description, like football, describe football using D&D terms. I think that would be hilarious. Okay, so the hockey thing, when they talk about hockey in some things, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know a ton about hockey, which is why I would not write a book centered around that sport. But thank you so much, Amy. Let's be real. The guy who's running is just going to be smaller because he's got to be fast. That's exactly right. Okay. Let me get back to this. But they had this. Okay, I can't get over it. The center is not the one calling plays, y'all. All right. 8 plus 2 is 10. 7 plus 4 is 11. So that's 21, and a 1 is 22. So we're going to jump into a 22-minute sprint. I'm going to continue, really start on editing my client stuff because the files are now rendered and ready to go. And hopefully I will not bump the thing and mess it up. But if I do, I'll just arbitrarily pick a time and we'll do that. But I also want to talk about my November TBR. Maybe during the next sprint, we'll go over the things that I'm planning to read for November because I'm not filming a separate November TBR. So maybe I could try to pull it out of this live, but I don't really know how to do that other than to go to YouTube, download everything, and I don't even know if I have room to download however long this is going to be. But anyway, all right, that's what I'm going to be working on. I will see y'all in 22 minutes. Amy also braided your hair last, Britt. You'll be done with breakfast and ready to work. Okay, sounds great. 22 minutes. Let's go.
Also very glad that, I mean, I love Halloween. I love throwing a Halloween party, but I'm kind of glad that that is behind us. So very glad I put them on here. Also very glad that, I mean, I love Halloween. I love throwing a Halloween party, but I'm kind of glad that that is behind us. Let's move on to the weekly steps. So the first one was to go through 3 bins of my daughter's clothes every week. You haven't heard me mention yet, I am expecting baby number 2 is coming in February, and you haven't heard me mention it, this is your first goals video every week. You haven't heard me mention it, this is your first goals video you're watching. Hi, welcome, I'm Lakin. We have baby number 2 on the way, coming early next year. And so one of the big projects is to go through all of my daughter's baby clothes. Our baby number 2 is a boy, so I'm kind of organizing things into can be reused for baby boy, donating because it either like has a stain or it's not something I feel like is worth handing down, or it was something like pajamas with snaps. I don't know where those
I tried to turn it back on so we could hear the cat and then kept going and then kept editing her thing instead of just waiting for the cats. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's got a little girl that's 2 years old and she's having a little boy in January, February timeframe. So, where is the cat? There we go. It's hiding down here in the corner. Okay, awesome. So I'm only 4.5 minutes into that video. Ron has gone to get our groceries. So I had to make sure he was on the thing to be able to pick them up because he's never picked them up before. And then I needed to message her because one of the things that she gave me to put up here is blurry and out of focus. And I was like, I'm sure that you want to send me a better picture of that because it's blurry. So she said, I just left to go to swim. And I said, okay, you can do it later today. So I'm going to edit it with these blurry pictures in. And then when she sends the better ones, I'll be able to fix that. So anyway, I didn't get very far, but that's what I'm going to continue to work on the next one. I see y'all laughing about choosing teams based on this. The very first fantasy thing I ever did was fantasy baseball back when I was in college and the internet was a brand new thing. We decided fantasy baseball needed to be a thing. I have not played it since then, but I did name my team Amanda's Hotties and literally just picked everybody I thought was cute, all the cute baseball players. There will not be frozen pizza Friday because what we're doing at Laura's house is going over and eating. We're all taking things over. So we're in charge of drinks and chips. And then Wesley wants to make pumpkin pie. He loves pumpkin pie. And so he got all the stuff to make pumpkin pie. So he's going to do that this afternoon. And then we're going to go over there to her house. Her whole cul-de-sac shuts down and we do dinner. I mean, we haven't done it yet. We're going to do it tonight. We're going to eat dinner and then the trick-or-treaters can just come at the edge of the cul-de-sac and get all the candy from all the houses instead of having to walk all the way around the cul-de-sac and get all the houses. So that's what we're going to do is go hang out at Laura's. And so we can all wear our costumes together. And then my neighbor that lives directly across the street came over the other day and knocked on the door. I was like, why are there strange women at my door? Anyway, and she said that they do a party out in their yard, side of their yard right here by our house, and that we were invited to come over tonight if we wanted to. And I didn't want to say so I'm going to be streaming a scary game on my YouTube channel with my teenage son. All of that sounds like a weird thing for a grown woman to say. So I didn't tell her that. I said, we're going to be at our friend's house. And when we come back, we might come and say hi for a second. I'm not doing that. There's going to be people there I don't know. And I just learned her name the other day and I've already forgotten it. I do remember that she has 3 children still at home. That's legitimately all I remember about her. So I'm not going to show up at her party tonight, but it was nice of her to invite me. And that's it. So I'm going to come back here and stream the scary game with Wesley. And then I might go back across the street after I play the scary game if I'm not too scared to actually go outside. So we'll see. Sue didn't do any reading, but fed the cats and got breakfast. How many cats do you have, Sue? For some reason, I thought you had one. We worked out yesterday. Ron and I went in the laundry room. We got it all worked out where we're going to put the cats for now, like where we're going to put their stuff. I'm streaming. Okay. The game is called Dead by Daylight. You'd be the Grinch peeking out the window and grumbling. So the video came out. It's called Amanda Plays Games is my channel name. It's linked in the description of every video down at the bottom. It says my gaming channel, my Sims channel, whatever. Because I used to just play Sims on it, which I still play a lot of Sims, but there's other things now. And for Halloween, Wesley said, let's play Dead by Daylight. And I was like, that game scares me to death. And he's like, no, that's fine. Let's play it. So we played it and we filmed it. And that video came out today. And then tonight, we're going to play it again tonight. It does have blood and stuff, but it doesn't have language. It's literally just screaming, people screaming as they get hooked on hooks. It's disgusting. And the whole time that I was playing the killer, I kept saying, I'm sorry when I had to try to kill people. So it definitely has hooks for sure. You finished The Hunchback for a translation challenge in Her Kid. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, you watched the tutorial part? Yeah. It's the tutorial part is really when I scream the most. I mean, I stepped in that. They have a trap. The killer's called the Trapper, and he puts down traps, and I stepped in it, and I screamed. Okay, 16 and 2 and 2 is 20, and 7 is 27, and 1 is 28. So we are going to go 28. I know. Why would the World Series be tonight? Tara, I got over it quickly. That's funny. I want to watch Books and Lala code names as well. I love code names, and I find myself wanting to copy every single thing that she does, which I know is not a way to have a channel. But I even told Wesley, I said, listen, there is a person on YouTube, and I've already told him who she was before, but I didn't feel like going through the whole thing again. And I said, she always has the cutest ideas of how she comes up with books to read. And so I was going through and telling him about it, and he said, okay, but you have your own channel to like do your own things. And I was like, yeah, but her things are better. So here's what I'm doing, Amy. So, you know that she just did, I don't know if you know, but she just picked her TBR based on the GeoGuessr game. So I'm not going to do that. However, I'm going to create a wheel of those kinds of things. Like I'm going to pick it using Wordle. I'm going to put Wordle on the wheel. I'm going to put Global on the wheel. There's so many ideas. I'm going to put Akinator on the wheel. There's so many ideas I'm going to put on the wheel. And then when I spin the wheel, I've got to go play that game and pick a book based on that. So that way I'm semi-copying her, but I'm not like doing exactly. I can't set my schedule up the way she does. She also has multiple videos going at one time, and it doesn't look like that when she edits them, but she does, and I cannot do that. If I have too many clips from too many things, it drives me crazy. Last Saturday, I was trying to film Relax and Readathon, a vlog for that, and my regular vlog, and so at the beginning of every clip, I kept saying, okay, this is for the Relax and Readathon. This is for the regular vlog. Like I had to tell myself so that when I got there and saw them, I'd be like, okay, that goes there and that goes. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I can't keep up with that. Martine does the same thing in Just Martine on their channel. And I'm like, no, like Martine has so many videos going at the same time. It blows my mind. I can't do that. I can't focus like that. I'd be going back and watching clips all the time. Like, what's the last thing I said in this clip before I closed it? I still have to do that. And I'm only filming one video at a time. So I can promise you also, those of you who watched the vlog this week, first of all, you did get a sneak peek of what the book club is going to look like, but you also got a really long one, and I promise that this next one is not going to be that long, mostly because for the last 2 days I've forgotten to even check in. So I love that I can add dictionary word of the day. Culinary. Yeah, if anybody else has any ideas as well, y'all tell me. Did y'all know there's a daily Pictionary game? I did not, but when I looked up, when I was trying to come up with things to put on this wheel, I literally Googled like those daily kinds of games so that I could put them all on the wheel, and that came up. If the word of the day is ridiculous, I'm going to blame it on you if I land on it and have to do some stupid word of the day. Yes, and she has been on YouTube for 10 years because this is her 10th year and she's doing all these 10-year videos. Do I have contexto? Semantal? Like semantics and context? Is that what those are supposed to be? I have never heard of that. What is that? Is that a game? I mean, I'm all about a game. I'm writing it down. Did I change my clock? I did, to 28 minutes. Okay, great. All right, we're going to start sprinting. Y'all feel free to share some more games or things that you think will be cool on the wheel. I don't know why I didn't think about asking y'all. Y'all know way more things than I do, for sure. So that's where I should have started. Sue, you have 5 cats. 4 of them are over 15 years old. And your daughter's cat is 3. Oh, that's true, Amy. That's right. I just meant like her channel that she, I mean, technically then I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years. If we go back and count my first channels. Okay, cool. They're basically the same game, but it's daily. That's what I wanted to know. That'll be fun to try and then pick a book based on it. Okay. I'll see y'all in 28 minutes and feel free to share your ideas if you have them. And I'll try to remember to unmute the cat before it goes off. Sorry. The cat. Oh. Wow, Sue. Okay, let me go back and read. Nerdle, but I don't think a daily math game is helpful. You know what? What if I just want a daily math game because I love math? But you're right. Maybe I could do something about that. Yes, the timer was not frozen. I just had it in the middle of the screen and forgot to move it down when I started. I have to hide it in the corner so that it thinks it's still on top, but so you said you have 5 cats, 4 of them are 15 years and older, and then your daughter has 3. I thought you were saying your daughter's cat is 3, so you had 5, but you have 5 and she has 3. Wow. You had 21 house cats at one time? There's no way. Like, unless you trained all of them to use the toilet, that is entirely too much litter for me to deal with. Um, 22 to 23 years old? Wow, Sue, you are a very good cat parent. I guess that means I can ask you. Wesley has some questions about being a cat owner. He wants to know if you can train them. And I told him that's why nobody offers cat training classes. Yes, we just last night on our live stream on The Sims named one of our cats after Leanne's cat. We had cats in the game, so we named one after Leanne's. You play Nerdle because you love math puzzles. I do too. I think the math game could work. You could use it for the number of letters in the title or pages or something. That is absolutely right, Amy. Oh my gosh, so smart. I'm trying to convince my kids to get rid of the dogs and get cats instead. That's hilarious. Well, we're just going to do both. We're going to have Old Man Django and 2 cats. I don't have any new pictures of Peach, but I do have a new picture of I almost called the cat Baxter. Harvey. Django, seriously. He's ready for Ron to get here. He's coming. I know, we were talking about naming the cat Baxter, and then I just called this one Baxter. This is Harvey, Wesley's cat. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I know, Harvey's the cutest. No new pictures of my baby girl, though, yet. All right, so I'm going to quickly go through my November plans. First of all, I'm trying to use let me hide our Pomodoro for a quick second. Okay, and make myself smaller. I'm trying to use this more as an individual tracker. Use Canva as a tracker and see how that works for the month. Y'all are also going to get a sneak peek of something that I was not really going to show, but I will now. So on Wednesday, the green is from the previous month, still October. Wednesday, I read the Happy Ever After playlist, and Thursday, I started this one, and I'm going to finish it today. So I can't quite decide what I want to do. I don't want to put like the thing here saying that I started it, and then the thing here saying that I finished it and draw a line. I don't want to do that. But do I want to put it where I start it or put it where I finish it? And I want to try to keep this as clean as possible so it's not constantly, okay, really? Stop it. So it's not constantly filled up with like 100 books. I just want it to be 1 book a day, maybe 2 if I have to. But anyway, this is going to be an experiment. We will see how November goes. This is going to be my sleep tracker for November. So my goal is to get 6.5 hours of sleep. So I'm going to set it up like a percentage, and you go over here to the edit button, and I can say what percentage of my goal I hit. And so it'll, if I got my 6.5 hours, it'll just be 100. If I didn't, it'll be down. Martine, I was just talking about you keeping all of your videos going at the same time and how I have to do one at a time because otherwise I could not keep my clips straight or remember what I said in the previous clip. I would have to constantly go back and watch them again. You got him from a rescue when he was about 7 months old. That's cute. Oh, your daughter's allergic to dogs. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do for my sleep tracker. And we'll see what it looks like by the 30th of November. But I just made one for every day. And then we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Here is my main TBR for November, the Connect 5 Daisy Chain. This one comes from Bridge 4 Books, and it looks like this Guess Who. And you pick books, and then based on what you pick for your first book, that's how you determine your second book. So it said a book with a person on the cover, but their face is not showing. So I'm going to read this. Sorry that it is at the back right now. Let me move it to the front. So her face is not showing, but it's a person on the front. And then based on that book, it says, oh my gosh, get over here. It says the letters from the title in the first book must be used to create a word in the title of the second book. So I chose The Rose and the Thorn, but this book is it got a really long name. So that was easy. I could pick a lot of books. Then from The Rose and the Thorn, I'm making my way to Small Gods. Then from Small Gods, I'm reading The Death of Dulgoth. I don't know. It's the next book after The Rose and the Thorn. And then from The Death of whatever, I'm making my way to Lexi Blake, Siren Reborn, because that is an antonym to death. Yes, you can train cats. My youngest Eddie loves to play fetch. Oh my gosh. Martine, sometimes I'm just a mess keeping my videos straight, but you write yourself notes about certain things to keep you on track. Okay, well, where do you keep the notes? I would just have little notes all over the place. So according to my in-laws, Harvey is the sweet one and Peach is the one that's going to be wild. So we will have to find out. Amy, I'm wanting to make a goal to start doing yoga in November, but I don't know how to hold myself accountable. Maybe a tracker. I think that would be a perfect plan, is to do a tracker. So that's how I'm doing my Connect 5 Daisy Chain. And then I played 50 before 50 bingo over here with the dice bingo. Y'all should have seen that already. Oh, so you have it in Notion. I'm using Notion as well, but I don't feel like I'm good at it yet. So I did dice bingo to choose these 5 to focus on in the month of November. If it has a question mark on it, that's because I don't know where I'm going to get it to read it. Otherwise, like this one is Libby, L is Libby, and AU is Audible, and PH is Physical, and LFM is Libro FM. So that is where they are. And then the question mark is I don't know where. For Buzzword and Aldia, which Buzzword is right here, I have the word never in the title, which I'm going to read Never Flinch by Stephen King. It's the newest book that just came out. And then food and drink on the cover, I'm reading The Spy Family, the next Spy Family. It's a 50 before 50. And it has, I only have access to one of my cards on Hoopla Culinary, so I need to check it, but I always forget about Hoopla, so I will go check that one. And then Eldia is over here, and I split up my girls. One of them has to read a book that has a wizard or magic in it because she's going to the wizard tower, and the other one is reading Saga, and I can't remember what we landed on to read that. Let me zoom us in and see. Emmeline is up here at the top. Okay, give me the little thing. And, oh, that's right. She's joining an expedition. So it has to be something that is traveling or set somewhere else on a journey, maybe. I don't remember. But anyway, that's why I picked those two books. And then we have NetGalley. So these are all the books that I have been approved for on NetGalley. And I just feel like if somebody does like a psychological evaluation on the books that I ask for on NetGalley, you would be like, what is wrong with this person? But the first one that I need to read is What Sheep Think About the Weather, How to Listen to What Animals Are Trying to Say by Amelia Thomas. And I'm sorry, I could not pass up the title or the cover of this. I think it's going to be really cute. And so that one I'm going to be reading all of them. I'm going to try to read them soon, but you can see underneath them, these are their archive dates. So I either have to download them onto my device or I have to decide to let them go if I don't want to read them. So I've already downloaded What Sheep Think About the Weather because I've only got 4 days till it goes away and I need to have it downloaded so it won't go away. And then Lincoln's Ghost. Here's what this one says, which sounds so cool to me. Houdini's War on Spiritualism and the Dark Conspiracy Against the American Presidency. I'm like, this is all about Houdini. So it's literally about him. He went to some kind of seance because I feel like everybody was doing seances in the late early 1900s. And don't ask me when Houdini was alive. I have no idea. But he went to a seance and the medium told him something about his future, how he was going to die, and it made him real mad. And so that's why it says Houdini's War on Spiritualism. I think he was like, listen, this is not how this is going to happen. And like started, I don't know, some kind of crusade against it. So I cannot wait to read that. Then I have Millennial Menopause. There we go, y'all. Perimenopause, menopause, and life's next period. We'll find out. Then I randomly have a romance. All superheroes need PR. And then the Call Me Anytime looks like a romance, but it's not. I think it's not. I don't think it is, but it might actually be now that I've said that. But these are the ones that I have gotten approved. Oh, it says Talk Dirty, Stay Alive. That's what it is. It's a thriller, but she works for a call center that does that kind of calls. Those kind of calls. And then accidentally wedded to a werewolf. Y'all know I had to pick that because it sounds like they're fake dating or fake married or whatever it is. So, the Call Me Anytime is probably going to be my November release just because I'm going to be reading it anyway, and I got approved on NetGalley. So I have it set up now in my tracker that every Wednesday I go check NetGalley. And if there's new audiobooks that I want to read, I will request them. And then over here, when I get approved, I put them over here with the dates that I need to download them. So my phone does not have room to download all these books, so I'm going to have to actually read them. So I might start the month tomorrow reading What Sheep Think About the Weather, because I think that would be so cute. I love it. Amy, you won one of the Goodreads giveaways. I don't know a single person who's ever won one. That's awesome. So anyway, that's my plan. And then look, I did our December board. You've won a few. You must sign up for a lot. I rarely sign up for them, but that's awesome. Anyway, we're going to have a gingerbread man hopping around on the board this time, and we're going right through the self-care lake. I haven't gone through and decided on prompts or anything yet, but we've just got these 12 spots. Well, 12 when you count the self-care lake as a spot. So I want to make it where y'all have 3 prompts, but I don't really know because if I'm using dice, it's just going to be random. So if I roll a D6 and I get a 6 and a 6, then it's over. But if I roll a D4, I might get a 2 and a 2 and a 2 and a 2, and you'll never get to the end. So sorry, I had to pass Django over my head. So I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but this is it. And then these are the 2 yearly ones that I'm going to be working on. The horror bingo and the romantasy bingo. We'll see if I feel like prepping for them or not. I'm probably going to have to prep just as much for both of them because I read very little romantasy and I don't read a ton of horror either. So we'll have to see what I'm going to do. And then right here, I'm about to put a brand new one for November called the Bookish Turkey Trot. This one is at Bridge 4 Books, and it is movement and reading. So I'm going to be setting this up during our next sprint, and then I'll go back to editing. But I at least want to have my first week a story with found family. So I'm going to work on that one. Let me roll the dice, and we'll see how long we're going to be sprinting. 8 and 7 is 15. Oh, and 10 is 25, and 4 is 29, and 4 is 33. I see you standing in the doorway. 33 minutes for our sprint. Tara, I am doing Suffer-a-thon in that I'm going to be there suffering. I don't know how much pre-planning I'm going to do for Suffer-a-thon, but yeah, I'm going to do my best to participate without killing myself. So I'll see y'all in 33 minutes. Sorry, I didn't unmute in time for the cat to meow. Y'all, why is it taking me so many sprints to get this stinking video edited? Not that there's anything wrong with the video, but I'm 6 minutes to the end of it, and it feels like it is never, ever gonna end. Okay. Yeah, the board is gonna drop tonight. That's nice. I haven't even been over there to the Discord. Leanne, did you sign up for Sufferathon? That's fantastic. I usually suffer as much as I want to with Sufferathon. And I'm not. I know I'm having one of those days, and I have such a huge to-do list. I made a list of all the things that I want to get done before Monday. Monday is the beginning of another batch week, and I have so many videos to film. I did make a list of the videos. Here they are. Oh my gosh. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 videos that I need to have completely filmed and edited by the end of next week, next Friday. So I'm trying to prep everything this week so that I can just focus on filming and editing next week. And my giant to-do list is not getting done as fast as I wanted it to. It's already noon here. Ron is off today, which means he can't get to the gym without me. So I am going to have to quit this after probably in a couple of hours. No more sprinting, because then I'm going to have to take him to the gym. But I've already done my workout today, so I legitimately have nothing to do when I take him there. So I've got to go through my list and see what of my to-do list can be done, like, on without my computer or with a laptop or something. Everything looks like it is for that I need my stuff. So I don't know. I can prep the wheel for the TBR game. That will be an easy thing to do. I can prepare the scripts for some of the videos that I need to film and make sure I have them all there. I can do a couple of Discord things. So there are things I can do while he is working out in the gym, but I have an hour where I'm just going to be kind of sitting there, unable to do anything, because I can't leave him at the gym because he's technically my guest. So, okay. Yeah, Leanne, listen, do not leave. Do not listen to anything that they tell you over there. Unless it's Amy or Paige. I mean, Ren sometimes has some nonsense chaos. Don't tell anybody that I'm saying all of this stuff. I can also do that. You're right, Marie. That's on my list as well to plan. I've actually already planned what I'm eating because we got groceries today. I tried to go easy next week, and I'm making some chicken salads that I can easily walk up, grab, throw it on some bread and eat it, since I have a lot of stuff that I have to do. So yeah, that's right. Ignore it and then keep your mouth shut if you don't do it. That is how you do Sufferathon anyway, with the least amount of suffering. You just don't say things unless they know you, because if I'm too quiet, I'll get a message that says, Amanda, you're really quiet. Read a book that's got a mouth on the cover or something like that. Oh, wait. He wants to go to the gym now? Oh, too. Yes. Anyway, he had a dentist appointment this morning, so if he wants to go earlier, we will go earlier. It is kitten month starting tomorrow. Tara is a tattletale. That's hilarious. I'm so excited. So Ron and I were talking again about like where they're going to be set up and everything about it. I cannot wait. Okay, we're going to do, I don't know what he's going to say. Okay, so we're going to do a 40-minute sprint, and it will be 1 o'clock. Tara, how dare you? and it'll be 1 o'clock. And they also know, my people over there in Sephorathon also know that I can read a 300-ish page book in a day. So they have zero problem saying, hey, Amanda, do this thing. So we'll see what I end up doing. I just don't do part of it and just don't say anything about it. Like, nobody's checking up on me. It's not a team-based thing unless you're a cannibal, and then which case that does not matter. So anyway, Ron wants to go at 1, and he had a dentist appointment this morning, and now he wants to go work out. So I'm going to do what he wants, and we're going to do a 40-minute sprint for our last sprint. Hopefully I can get this video edited and make a list of the things that I want to do while he is working out. Right. Just proving you right about Tara. Nice. Okay, I'll see y'all in 40 minutes. Hopefully I'll remember to turn the sound back on, but I'm not making any promises. I'm sorry, I did not remember. I was over in the chat over there. I did finish editing her video, thankfully. I do have to wait for her to send me that other clip. But I have 6 things that I can do while I'm sitting waiting on Ron that will further my to-do list. And actually, once I looked at the to-do list, it's not that it's a lot of things. It is a lot of things. It's not that it's a lot of big things. So I should easily be able to finish most of it today, but definitely all of it by Sunday. So I don't know why Django has decided that now is the time for him to start crying, but that's what he's doing. I am going to take the capture off here, and Ron was having his protein drink and eating his other stuff. I also put my turkey trot and my NetGalley books over here. I at least want to get through these 3 NetGalley. I know, Avistu, because he's a doctor, that's all the excuse he needs to start complaining about it. Anyway, so we are going to go to the gym, and I'm going to do these things on my to-do list. And then when I get back, we're going to be getting ready to go out tonight. So make sure, if you're in the Discord, I will try to remember to put a picture up there of our costumes tonight. If you're not in the Discord, you can... Oh, yeah. Sorry, Miss Myth. We do start too early. Thanks for hanging out with us, Martine. I'm over in the Squash That series writing a comment right now about what everybody was talking about. So I couldn't finish it before the timer went off. Anyway, I will see y'all when. Probably not this weekend, but I will be here doing sprints again next Friday. And there will be a vlog going up this week that's going to be shorter than the one that just went up. So I'm sorry that they're so long. I hate to watch long vlogs like that. I'm glad some of y'all do not, or I would have no views. But I don't like them being that long. So I'm going to try to keep them shorter in the future. We'll see. Shorter than 2 hours does not mean 1 hour and 59 minutes. I just need to keep telling myself that. Okay, that's it. If you want to see me get scared, I will be on my gaming channel tonight streaming with my son playing Dead by Daylight. So I have no idea what time, around 9-ish p.m. my time, Eastern US. Okay, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Look, Django, say bye. Bye.